All right, good morning and welcome to this morning's Convos and Coffee. I'm your host, Pastor Rob, and today we are talking about one of my favorite healthy habits, rest. So good. So, why is rest so important, especially in today's world when we are busy? Why is rest so important? Well, rest definitely has a number of health benefits that we know about. For instance, if you are resting regularly, it will help you to get better sleep at night. It helps your body to recover more easily from things like sickness, or if you exercise, it helps your muscles to recover a lot quicker. It helps you in your creativity if you're a creative minded person. It also helps us with our energy levels, our mental focus, and our mood swings. So there's like a list that just goes on and on and on for the health benefits of rest. And here is the thing. God knew this about us. He knew how badly we would need to rest. And so he gave us the example. So the word that we know is Sabbath, and it comes from this word Shabbat, and it literally means stop working. So in Genesis 2 and 3, this is what it says. By the seventh day, God finished the work he had been doing. So on the seventh day, he rested from all his work. He took a Sabbath. Then God blessed the seventh day and made it holy, because on it he rested from all the work. He stopped working. He rested from all the work of creating that he had done. And Jesus knew that this was true as well. Jesus was a busy guy. He's walking everywhere, he's ministering, he's performing miracles over and over again. But he even knew that there were times where he just had to step back from the people and he had to go and just spend time in the presence of the Father. And he would get rejuvenated there, right? He would get re-energized there so that he could go and properly do the work of the ministry that he was called to do. I know you probably might be thinking, well, I'm not quite doing the same work as Jesus. And fair, that's a fair assessment of where you might be at. But I hope you understand this, that your entire life is ministry. And it really doesn't matter where you're placed. You are a representative of Christ in the place that you are at. And so you need to be a person who is rested up and focused on God. God has set it up so that we don't have to burn ourselves out. And we don't have to form unhealthy addictions like workaholism. That is the one ism that seems to be okay with everyone. People don't really like alcoholism, but you know what? Workaholism, that's fine. It just means you're busy and you're responsible. But you know what? God knows that that is not good for us. And in this world right now where it's increasingly difficult because we have an influx of information and sensory overload. Sure, we're no longer plowing the fields and we're no longer lifting heavy things all day so that our body tells us at the very end of the day, no more. You have to rest. No, we have this difficult thing where we can find it very hard to separate from our jobs. We have these phones that go with us everywhere. And so our jobs can be with us 24/7 and we need a break from it all. Sometimes what we need to remember is that as we are out in our jobs, as we are out trying to be a representative of Christ, we can take this burden on ourselves, and it can be a tremendous burden. So what we need to do is remember Sabbath, and we keep it holy because we want to realign ourselves with the one who will actually make things happen. Now, I'm not saying you guys are getting all discombobulated and we're out doing all these awful things, but it can be very easy when we get very busy to forget who the real source of power in our lives is. How easy is it for us to take on all of the burden of our wages, our positions, our families, even our hopes and our dreams? But when we do that, we form this unhealthy habit of relying on ourselves. So we keep our times of rest, our Sabbath, we keep it holy because God wants to take those burdens from us. And what great way to do that? Go to church, spend time in worship, spend time in his presence. He is the author and he is the finisher of our faith. And it is through him that we are actually going to have real impact in this world. And so when he tells us that we need to stop, we need to rest, we need to refocus on him and be re-energized by him, that is something that we just need to believe because he has our best in mind. So I hope this helps you out this morning, and I hope if you haven't gotten a lot of rest, you'll rethink that and go get some of that right now. Just remember this one very, very important thing before I let you go. You belong.